Some surds can be simplified, and to see if you can simplify a surd, there's one main thing you have to do. You have to find a square number which goes into the number of the surd. For example, we can see that root 8 can be simplified. Can you spot the square number which goes into root 8? It would be 4, because 8 is 4 times 2. So what we have is, instead of root 8, we can now write the square root of 4 times 2. You would agree that all we've done is change the 8 to a 4 times 2. Well, now we can simply split up these two expressions to become root 4 times root 2. Again, the same as the previous step, I'm just writing them separately now. And what is root 4? It's 2, and that's why we needed to find a square number which goes into 8, because now you can simplify it. Root 4 is 2, so this becomes 2 root 2, and that is what root 8 is, 2 root 2. Let's try another one. I'll make them progressively more and more hard. How about the square root of 18? Can that be simplified? It can, because there's a square number which goes into 18. When I mean go into, I mean is a factor of. Obviously 16 kind of goes into 18 in the sense of you can add 2 to it, but I mean a factor of 18. So 2, 3, 6, etc. Well, 9 goes into 18, which is a square number. So this root 18 is going to have some babies, and they're going to look the same as root 18 because they've both got roots. It's almost like they have the same colour hair as their parent. It's root 9 times by root 2, because 18 is 9 times 2. Just like we did over here, just I've represented it differently. And root 9 is 3, so this becomes 3 root 2. 18 is 3 root 2. Let's try another one. How about 48? So the square root of 48. You may think, well, 4 definitely goes into 48, so let's do that. But the trick is to find the biggest square number which goes into your root. If we did 4, what would happen is we'd simplify it, but then we'd have to simplify what's left because we didn't find the biggest square number in the first place. So let's try to find the biggest square number which goes into 48. It might help to know the square numbers really well off by heart, but I'll just write a few of them down here just to jog your memory. But these really you do need to know very well off by heart, really. Okay, well, 16 goes into 48. So 48 is 16 times by 3, and as before, to simplify the surd, you imagine like it's had some babies, the root 16 and the root 3, which look just like their parent. The square root of 16 is 4, and that's 4 times by root 3, or 4 root 3. Just to quickly demonstrate why we have to find a square number rather than say 24 times 2. If we said 24 times 2, well, we'd get root 24 times root 2. And we can't simplify either of those really without doing the exact same process all over again. That's why you need to find a square number, and you need to find the biggest square number. Let's do one last really hard one. How about I'll do a really hard one. I was going to do a hard one, but I'll actually do an even harder one. This is one I saw on an exam paper, and very few students got it. So I might as well test you guys, see if you get it. How would you simplify root 147? I've helped you out a bit because we've got the square numbers on the right. have a think about it. There's actually one of those square numbers that goes into 147, and that is 49 times by 3. So you can write it the other way now, just whichever way you prefer really. I'll just do it both ways just so you can see for yourselves which one you prefer. Root 147 is the square root of 49 times 3, which is 147. Separating that out, you've got the square root of 49 times the square root of 3, and the square root of 49 is 7. So it becomes 7 root 3. And that is how to simplify surds.